Jen Metal. I wonder if she likes heavy metal music. 'Cause that's what, I'm just saying. That's what I was listening to.
Is that what the first thing that popped in your head?
First thing that popped in my head, because my son today, he got a Bose little amp, little thing, and he said, "What music do you want?" I'm like, Scorpions, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Rush.
Those are older
Nice.
bands.
You know what I mean? I'm like all that old heavy
That's
metal
good
stuff.
stuff.
And he's like laughing, and I said, I used to have hair and bang my head to it.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Okay,
Bang your head.
Rowan's iPhone, Jennifer's iPhone, Ellie. Let's keep going. Who else is here?
Next page.
Kevin Martin. That's a good picture of Kevin Martin right there. Steve.
Hey, there's
Deb.
Julian. I found Julian.
Good.
What's going on, my man?
Julian. I haven't seen the other Julian lately.
There was more than one Julian?
Wasn't there?
No. Chuck Zamzow's in the house.
Yeah, we're going. Mika is here. Hi, Mika. Hi, Victor.
Hey, Dre S. Second time here. We're glad that you're here again.
Yeah, man. It's a little early, but I received my four-year chip this weekend. It's a little early, but I received my 4-year chip this weekend. What does that mean, Jennifer? That you haven't hit 4 years yet, but you picked up a chip?
No, I think she's meaning that she's going to get her chip this weekend.
It's a little early, but I will receive my 4-year chip this weekend. Oh, I get it. You're going to get it this weekend, right? So, you could read.
All right. Joel.
Jai Joel.
Joel, you're here. Where are you? I don't see you. Oh, there he is. I see you.
Landed.
You're stuck in North Carolina, but you're here, right? All right.
All right.
All right, let's get this party started.
Let's get going. Just a great day.
Really good day.
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It felt like a Friday. Almost like a Saturday. I don't know why.
That's because, man, when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's the
what it is?
thing.
Yeah.
It felt like Wednesday all day to me. What did that say?
That you were horny? I don't know. Someday? I don't know.
I woke up thinking it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I think of about when I think about Wednesdays is in Hump Day. That's I'm still like a third grader in my head. I cannot grow up.
It's
I
hump
don't
day.
know why. Like I don't think about like it's the middle of the week. The camel's back.
No.
I think hump. Because
I always immediately go to the old Geico commercial where the guy had a camel working in an office. He said, "Mike, guess what day it is?" You know,
yeah, I
hump
love
day.
He walks through the office.
Yeah.
I actually love
It's
that
hump
commercial.
day.
Like I'm literally like
Yeah.
a commercial guy,
True.
and I believe that Emily did not turn on the
Air conditioner.
The air conditioner. Today,
I'll get
so
it. I'll get it.
It's really hot.
Emily pointed violently at me. I just want everyone to know that.
Anyways, guys, let's get rolling because we got a great guest tonight. Just wanted to first and foremost welcome everybody to the Tuesday night Recover Out Loud meeting. Recovering Out Loud is a movement.
Yeah.
This is not a program.
No.
But it is a safe place to come and recover.
Yes, it's a safe place to say. You know what? Even more than that, it's a safe place to say anything.
Yeah. This is a place where you can come and say what you need to say.
Yeah.
And it'll be spread across the whole entire internet.
Yeah, everyone will know.
Yeah.
And
And I think that
Yes.
is the epitome of healing.
Yes.
When you have no more secrets
I was
left.
about to say that in private we'll mock you, but that isn't right.
We wouldn't do
We
that.
would never do
But
that.
for real, guys, we're only as sick as our secrets, and,
Right.
and
That's
that's
the
what
truth.
I've learned. And we recover out loud over here so that people aren't dying in silence.
Yeah, man.
The Hopeaholics podcast was birthed from a tragedy. As many of you know, I lost my son-in-law on 9/11 of 2022, which kind of spawned Shane and I joining this movement of recovering out loud.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always want to remind everybody, this Zoom meeting is also streamed live on Instagram and YouTube. Only part of it is streamed live on Instagram because I want the people on Instagram to actually join the Zoom and not just watch it on Instagram. So they'll participate in their own healing.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's about it for us right now, right? One last thing. Make sure
We have a website up.
Yep, that was it. That was
was
us.
it.
That's all.
Hopeaholics.com.
Hopeaholics.com.
Yeah.
Check it out when
Yeah,
and if you want.
Yeah, if you want.
No big deal.
That's about it.
All right, Shane,
Yeah.
you want to introduce our
Chris.
guest since
Yeah,
Chris.
that's me.
He's a 260, 270.
Pump those numbers up, man.
Holy
That's Bush League
shit!
numbers.
Because I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something, and it's not in a bad way. He is like a locomotive.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a good looking, in shape man. I touched his stomach by accident,
I got
and
a
I felt
girlfriend,
nothing but rock hard. I'm married 17 years, bro. So if I'm flirting with you, sorry. I have 3 kids. I'm heterosexual, and yeah, I'm okay.
It's okay if you're not. I mean,
Even if he's not, I know you.
Yeah, yeah.
All are welcome.
All
here,
are
Shane.
welcome. That's,
All
yes,
are
I was
welcome
just
here.
Explaining who I was. That's all.
keep it classy. Keep it classy.
Keep it close.
All right, man. Chris, you're up, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Like normally when I say my name, right, I can even be in a place where I shouldn't say it, but I have a tendency to say my name's Chris and I'm an alcoholic, right? Like it's almost natural tendency at this point. It just kind of rolls right off the tongue. And so I had a really tough time with that, by the way. So I got sober in a 12-step program that uses a blue book, right? And I had a tough time walking in and saying that I was an alcoholic because really I was just this base level curb sucking junkie. I sleep wherever I lay and eat from wherever I can get some food, right? And I walked into a program like that program in particular, and people were saying, like, you know, you might be an alcoholic. And I'm like, I don't have a problem drinking. I don't understand. I just want to stop slamming dope, right? And so it took me a long time to set aside that difference that I wanted so bad to find a difference, and that was the one I could hold on to. It took me a long time and a little bit of experimenting to find out that it doesn't matter what I put in my body, it's why I put it there in the first place, right? So for me, I identify as an alcoholic because, I mean, I'll be frank with you, if identifying as this can kept me sober for the day, I'm going to identify as a tin can. I don't really give a damn, you know? I'm from Georgia. If you're from California, you can probably tell immediately that I'm not from here. When I first moved here, though, I used to tell people I'm from South Orange County, so that's why I have a Southern accent, but they didn't buy that. I came from,
That's a good one. I'm sorry. I laughed.
I came from Savannah, Georgia area. Not a lot to do there where I'm from. I'm actually from about 35, 40 minutes from there. I grew up in the country, farm, a couple of acres of land. Me and the boys, we'd all hop up into four-wheel drives and go mud bogging and drinking beer. And you learn early on to drink beer. The first beer I ever had, no big effects from that. I just remember thinking that this is going to be the coolest thing I've ever done. I was about 12 years old. Me and my cousin made a pact that we were going to meet around midnight, and we were going to drink a couple of beers to be like our parents. We wanted to be like the adults, you know. 11:30, I'm sitting there staring at the ceiling fan going around, and I'm like just, you know, chomping at the bit to go and get a beer. And finally midnight comes around, I knock on his window, maybe even a couple minutes early. I was just really excited, and he was asleep. And I understand now looking back that I was fundamentally different in some way, shape, or form. Even at 12 years old, I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere, right? And I just wanted to be a part of something else. One thing that was important to me to understand in my recovery journey this time is the stuff that they talk about when they say restless, irritable, and discontent, unless, you get the sudden sense of ease and comfort that comes at once by taking the first drink. What they explained to me early on in my program of recovery is that's called drinking deliberately, or using, in my case, deliberately. I didn't understand that, and I didn't understand what the effect produced by alcohol, what they meant by that. I didn't get what that was. And as my stories progressed, I think that, effect can mean a lot of different things. For me now, I look back, and the first time I ever got a real buzz, I was at a keg party or surrounded by people that I didn't feel like I got along with, that I didn't feel like me. And all of a sudden I'm drinking, I get a little buzz, and I'm having a good time. We're laughing, and sure enough, I'm fitting in with everybody. Everybody's about it, right? And we're just having a good time together. And looking back now, that effect that I kept chasing was fitting in. I felt like I belonged somewhere, and I didn't feel like I was alone anymore. And from that point forward, I don't know, I was drinking deliberately to relive that effect, no matter if I was by myself or not. And that just, continued to progress. I could be in relationships and feel alone, but the alcohol never really became a big problem. I mean, I'll be frank, I didn't have any consequences as a result of my drinking. I didn't have any DUIs, not one single DUI, due to a lot of luck, and, that's just the way it went. But I didn't like the fact that when I drank too much, again, I'm drinking deliberately for the effect. I would lose some sense of what I call control over my motor function, right? So I would not be able to drive without being impaired. I would not be able to have sex without having issues. I would not be able to, communicate to people properly, et cetera, et cetera. I would black out, and then I was introduced to pills, and I understood that I could take a couple of these opiates, right? And I could drink a lot less beer and have a lot greater sense of control over my mental faculties. And that just made sense. So I went about, this is back in the, 2010 era. I promptly went to a doctor, like immediately. I said, this is what I need. I need to just go to a doctor. I can do this stuff. Besides, I got a little bit of a bad back anyway. All this alcoholic and addict delusion starts coming into play, and off to the races I go to the doctor, leaving there with a script. And I was as happy as I'd ever been. I could keep it to about a 6-pack a week, but I was going through about 60 Vicuprofen a week too. So, trade off one for the other, right? And then all that stuff worked pretty good until it didn't. Of course, just like most anybody on this Zoom or in this room, I graduated. I graduated. So it went from 10 milligrams to 15s to this, to that, to this, to that, to getting just so much medication that I should be dead, just like anybody else might say. And my problem wasn't getting the medication. My problem was keeping the medication. And one of the things that I relate to from the literature that I got sober through is all these different means and methods to try to control my usage, right? So they say taking a trip, not taking a trip, swearing off forever, taking us out, all those different things. Well, I didn't do those specifically, but I would buy a medical safe. I'd give the key to my mom. I would give the medicine to my mom. I'd do this, I'd do that. And within 3 or 4 minutes, I was with a screwdriver popping the safe open, like it just never worked. And I couldn't keep it. And I thought I had a pretty good thing going, because I felt like I was well on my way to being Scarface in some sense. As far as in the opiate world, I would sell about a third of what I had, pay all my bills. And I was doing this at the time with a wife that I had. We were doing this together, and I'd go, and then 2 weeks later she would go, and we had it worked out. We had it really under control. And we would sell a good bit. And the problem was I didn't realize this at the time, but I wasn't a very good drug dealer, because I would sell them to someone for one amount, and then within 2 weeks I'd be back buying them for a markup of about $10 per pill, and they would just hold on to them. They knew I was coming back. They knew I couldn't make it last. And it's just silly. So I couldn't keep them. And then one day a guy said, well, listen, man, you should probably try heroin. It's a cheaper alternative, and you could get, for what you're paying for one pill, you can get a whole thing of blah, 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 right? And it made sense. Again, that alcoholic and addict delusion starts helping me do what I call crackhead math. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's perfect. That makes perfect sense, So I started doing that, but I wasn't getting a kick out of it. I wasn't getting off the way I wanted to. And okay, I was just noticing the timer up there. I was trying to.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm watching the comments and the people's faces, and you all. I'm watching everything, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I basically one day this guy caught me a little bag, and I'm watching him, and he's sitting in the front seat. We'd borrowed my mom's like a '04 Mercury Villager, shaped like a doorstop, and we were sitting in the front seat. I'm behind the driver's seat. My wife's in the back seat, and this guy's in the passenger seat. And I watch him shoot up for the first time. And that was the thing that I'd always swore I would never do that,
Yeah.
But I watch him, and he almost melts into the floorboard. And all I can see is that's exactly where I want to be. He looked like he didn't feel any pain, not mental. I mean, not physical pain, but the emotional and mental pain that I was feeling. He didn't feel any of that, and he just melted into the seat. And I just said to myself, you got to show me how to do that. That's what I want, And so, he showed me, and from that point forward, it was just off to the races. And I remember the first time I ever did that. I never used a needle for any pill. The first time I ever used a needle was for heroin. He shot me up, and he left, and I was sitting in the front seat of that same van at an intersection of I-95 and 204 in Georgia. And I looked over at my wife at the time, and I said, I want to feel this way forever. I will do this for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And I'd be damned if I didn't set out to do that, you know. If it wasn't for the fast action of a couple of EMTs, I probably would have done it for the rest of my life. And, that just started a horrible cycle. Now, I started going back to a bit, I started drinking at 12, and I didn't start using any kind of opiates until I was about 30. And that's was the thing that I'd look at my cousin, who is a severe pill hound, and I'd say, man, I'm never going to be like this cat, man, because I just watched him destroying his life, right? And then it was introduced to me as a safe alternative, and I was like, oh, it's not so bad. Maybe he's got it right all along. So from 12 to 30, from 12 to 30, no consequences. I mean, like, drinking a little bit too much here and there, maybe doing some damage to my body physically. But all in all, there was a time that I bought a house. I had a good job. I could hold a job. And it seemed like it was going to be okay. And within about 6 years on opiates, it was all done. Like, I was living in the streets, homeless. We had a detox center down in what's called Brunswick, Georgia. It was a government-ran detox, and I'd never been to detox or treatment of any kind before, but I ran out of medication and I ran out of money to buy anything else. And I went to my mom and I sat in the back seat of that same van and I said, I got a problem. I'm a drug addict. Take me to detox. And I went to detox because I couldn't get anything. And it's not a medical detox like it is here. It's basically, here's a bucket and a pillow. Good luck. We'll see you in a few days. And I made it through that 5 to 6 days and I left. And I think the next day I was standing in an abandoned RV trailer camper where I bought my drugs from, and I walked in and they said, oh my God, we haven't seen you in a while. And mind you, a while was 5 to 6 days because they were used to seeing me every day, So we hadn't seen you in a while. I said, yeah, I just got out of rehab and I think I've learned how to, shoot heroin, as they say, like a gentleman. And that's just another symbol of the delusion that I lived in. And I went to this detox center so many times, and this is probably not much of an exaggeration. If I'd have started receiving mail there, they would have held it for me and said, he'll be back in a few days. It was really bad. And even to the point where I went there one day, they couldn't take me. They let me put all my belongings, which were in a Rubbermaid bin at that time, into a storage shed, and I went and slept in the woods behind a goat pen that was behind that place. And it was the middle of January. It was super cold. I brought out my Boy Scout skills, though. I started little fires in the middle of the night, and again, the delusion creeps in, and I think to myself, this is not that bad. I could use a shower, but it's really not that bad. And, so 3 or 4 or 5 days would go by. I would hustle money from this person, that person. I would tell people, oh, I'm homeless. Please help me get a hotel room for the night. It's freezing. And they would send me. It's ironic. It always turned out to be exactly how much a bag cost. That I would ask for, and they'd send it to me, and I'd buy the bag, and I'd go lay in the woods for another few days until I couldn't get anything, and I'd go to the detox. They'd let me in. I'd get a shower and a meal, and I'd AMA out 2 days later. I did that for a long time, and then finally, against my will, a place said I could come to treatment, and I didn't really want to go, but I remember when they told me I could go, I just started crying. I just lost it, right? And again, I didn't want to go, but I knew I'd hurt my family so much, and I went. I did 6 months there, same thing, got out, did the bare minimum to get by, got a basic understanding of a program of recovery, though, which ruined all my highs from that point forward, absolutely ruined all my highs. And I come out, start doing kratom. I know I can't use heroin, start drinking a little bit, start hitting the dating sites real heavy. I had about 6 months of sobriety at that point. I don't know, within a few months I was slamming dope again, right? And thus it was one more conclusion to an experiment of, can I do anything other than dope? Like, I knew I couldn't shoot heroin, right? But can I do anything else? And that basically concluded that experiment. I went back to jail. My father died in February 2020. I went back to jail a couple months after that. This was the second or third time I'd been in jail. No more than about 30, 45 days at a time. I got out, and I had sworn that I was never going to use again. Never. I was done, and I was going to go to sober living, and I was going to get my act together. And within about 4 hours of being home, I was high again, right? And that was an example for me of how powerless I was. And it took me 4 hours because it took the drug dealer 2 hours to deliver it, right? So I would have been higher much, much sooner. And So whenever they sat down with me this time around, man, and started going through the allergy and what that looks like, and that I'm fundamentally different from other people, and that I use or drink for the effect produced by it, meaning that I'm using or drinking or whatever the case may be, whether it's using drugs or people, drinking hand sanitizer or vodka, I'm doing it for an effect. I want to escape life. I cannot live life on life's terms. I don't know. That made sense then. And all of a sudden something clicked and it made sense. I went back to that same treatment place again. That's when they started putting that stuff in me pretty heavy, and I'm so grateful that they did. But I moved out to California about 4 months sober, straight out of treatment, right out here to California. A place gave me a job as a sober living manager during the middle of COVID. I moved November 20th, 2020. COVID was a great excuse for me not to do any more work. Perfect excuse for me to just be a dirtbag. And also some part of me thought I was going to, I guess, kind of be the king manager of sober livings in California, and I was going to take over the world, and one sober living at a time. And I started stealing from the clients, doing just stupid stuff, man. And one of the biggest things that I was doing there, I didn't use any drugs the whole time I was there, but I was using people. And I got back into those dating sites again, and I started dating this girl, that girl, this girl, and I started having all these masks that I was trying to wear. And now, mind you, I'm working at a treatment center as a night tech, and I'm working as a sober living manager, but I want these girls to think I'm balling, right? So I'm spending all of my paycheck going out with these different girls, and I make plans, and I don't have the money, didn't have any bills. Went and bought a little BMW out of ego, just pure ego, with a $500 a month payment that I couldn't afford. And I'm glad I bought it, because about 8 months into that, I started living in it. I got kicked out of sober living. And I tell you, I truth be told, when I started living in my car, I started banging dope again right before that, and I started living in my car, and I was like, man, these folks in California, man, they got homelessness down, because this is not that bad. Like, I was living in the woods, now I get to live in my car, and it's a BMW, no less. And like, I'm pretty bougie homeless, like, that's the way I felt about myself. And but it gets lonely shooting dope and talking to a steering wheel all day. My world was real small. And there was nothing I wouldn't do to get what I needed to get, and no one I wouldn't hurt to get what I needed to get. And that's just the way my life was. And towards the end of my last run, I basically burnt through all my veins. I was what I called a purist. I wouldn't mess with anything but heroin. So if it wasn't, a certain consistency, I wouldn't mess with it. I was really deathly afraid of fentanyl. Even though I wanted to die every day of my life, I didn't want to die. I don't know if that makes sense. But, I tried to shoot in my neck. I'd messed up all my veins, and I was trying to shoot in my neck. And I was staying with this girl in Huntington Beach occasionally. She'd let me spend the night here and there. And she would let me stay at her house that day because it was raining, and I'd broken out the back glass of that BMW. I'd crushed in the front end pretty good. And I shot up in my neck, and it went perfectly. And I was like, oh my God, I just found the honey hole. I've just found the jackpot. This is what I need. And then later that night, about 3 a.m., I snuck outside, got a shot, went up to her bathroom and did it again. But I didn't know at the time what the difference between the artery and a vein was. Yeah, so I hit the artery.
Oh, shit.
With a half a gram of heroin, and I seized up, killed myself, and they had to resuscitate me. And they talk about moments of clarity, right? People, when you see that it's actually that bad, and the full weight of all the decisions in the life you've been living comes in on you at one time, I called it a moment of clarity. And I had that laying in the hospital bed after I could speak. And fortunately, I'd met a few people that were serious about recovery, and I made some calls, and that lasted about 10 or 15 minutes. The immediate thought after I'd got some sort of resolution that I could get help was, I hope they didn't find the dope in my car. That's the only thing I could think of. I just need to get back and get another shot. Needless to say, man, I got into a treatment place on January the 3rd, 2022. I did about 10 days there. The first few days, not gonna lie, I wanted to leave every day. It was horrible. Because I couldn't see a life beyond drugs. I didn't feel worthy of anything beyond the life I'd already been living. It felt very comfortable, and a new life felt very scary, right? Because I didn't plan on it. I didn't think I was going to live past 40 anyway. But thank God I did, man. Like I got busy. I got out of that place. I went to a sober living, one of the best sober livings around here, if you ask me, and just an amazing place. And they saved my life, and they made me hold myself accountable. They held me accountable too, but they made me take accountability for my actions. And I got busy. I got a sponsor while I was still in detox. I started working the steps the day I got out of treatment, because I didn't know what the future held for me, but I knew it had to be a far sight better than where I've been at. And I listened to the people around me. I listened to the men in the rooms that were telling me that there's a better life, and I believed them. I don't know what happened or what changed. I just believed them, and I became willing to start walking in a different direction. First year was pretty cool. You know, they told me first year's free, second year's work. That was true for me. Second year was a lot of work, because all of a sudden I went from being the guy that says I don't give up to having things in my life that I do care about, you know, and when I started caring about things, then I started having fear come back in. And as fear came back in, I started realizing that I don't want to lose these things in my life. And as I started to fear more and more, I started placing more reliance on me than I did on my higher power, on God. Right. And I had to work through that. And I had to sit in that some days. Some days it wasn't working through it. Some days it was just sitting through it and not picking up, you know, and that's okay. Right. And I was thinking about this the other day. You know, most people, and you guys may be the same way, we don't wonder why there's a reverse on a car, right? But when it comes to my life, it's supposed to be full throttle forward. I'm not supposed to take a step back. I'm not supposed to feel like I'm coming backwards. But, you know, if I'm not moving forward, going back and taking a regroup step is not all in all bad, right? As long as I'm not staying still. If I'm coming back just a minute and say, okay, let me go back. So the same thing works in my life with the steps. Right? Like I worked through all the steps. I got sponsees. I work with these guys, and we have a great fellowship built up around me that I'm grateful to be a part of. But some days I got to take a look and say, wait a second. I know I'm through step 12, right? But did I do a good step 3 today? Let's take a little step back. Let's kick it in reverse for a minute. There's a reason why it's there, right? Let's kick it in reverse for a second. Let's take a step, take a look through the mirror, through the window, and just say, hey, man, are we doing everything we can do today to get as far forward as we can to be the better person? And that's been a really valuable part of my recovery. Is through my journey also, I just want to say this. I love sobriety. Love sobriety. Sobriety gives me a great life, but recovery helps me keep it. And the difference between those two for me now is clear, in that sobriety is the abstinence from the substances, and recovery is the healing from the life that I had led. So it allows me to face myself in a different way and work towards being better than who I was yesterday or even 5 minutes ago. So with that, you know, I'm running low on time. And again, Chad and Sean, thank you so much. Huh?
No rush.
Okay.
No
All right.
rush.
Well, I appreciate y'all letting me be here. Today, you know, my life is different, right? I try my best, and I do it all the time, but I try my best not to use labels like good or bad and just think in terms of is, right? Because when I take the good and bad away from my past, it just happened, right? And I can turn it to an account that can help another person. But my life today is just is, and it's different. What I mean by that is they told me a long time ago, hey, write down what you think life will be like for you if you stay sober. My life's far surpassed anything I could have put on a piece of paper in any way, shape, or form. And the more I carry myself in the vein of how can I be helpful, how can I fit myself to be a maximum service to God and the people around me, the more that miraculous things keep happening in my life. I have a beautiful partner. We have a beautiful home. We got 2 great dogs. All of those things I didn't plan for, because, again, I didn't think I was going to live past 40. That delusional alcoholic and addict thinking still comes back. Like I'm not going to sit here and pretend that none of that stuff comes back, but I have gained use of my will, the proper use of my will. Sanity has returned, and when those thoughts do come back, I can quickly squash those by understanding that that's not going to accomplish a dang thing. I don't know. Life is great today. You know, we also running a podcast too to help out a lot of people, and I love what you guys are doing, man. Like, you guys are a big inspiration on why we started what we're doing. And there's not enough of it. There's not enough people that are saying it's okay to not be okay some days, and it's okay to be okay some days. There's not enough people that's saying, like, wherever you're at in your journey is exactly where you're supposed to be, and it's a process. There's not enough people that say, hey, you know, I can step 2 in some of these programs that says I will come to believe. Coming to do anything is a process. If I said I'm coming to your house, I'm in the process of being there. I don't have to be anywhere. So I love how this program allows me to be a voice, just like both of you fine gentlemen are, and how, you know, when I'm carrying myself in the vein of helping other people, just life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Thank y'all very much for allowing me to be here, guys.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Really, really good.
Yeah, really good. Had a lot of nice comments on here saying, Chris, look at all the names. If you scroll up here, I mean, everything is don't stop. We love you. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
Really good. Really good. Really caught me. Like two, 3 things caught me, but one was what I was talking about lately about how he wrote that thing on a piece of paper. And his life has surpassed that. And what we've been talking about lately is, could you imagine if when you gave me that piece of paper saying, I said, no, not good enough. And I threw it back at you. And you gave me like 10 more. And at the 20th one, I finally said, you know what? This is really good. And you just blew it, like you asked for just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if that could come true? What would stop you?
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. And really, there's nothing that can stop me except for my own limiting beliefs.
This is it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's reminds me of a quote that Shane said yesterday. Neither one of us can remember the quote, so I'm not going to try
Yeah.
right here on the spot. But it's like the only thing that limits us is our mind,
Yeah.
right? So could you imagine having like being able to really know that whatever you think
You can, yeah.
you can do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that one, I will tell you one of my favorite quotes. It's from a book. It's from Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Hill, Master Key to Riches,
Mm.
and it's whatever your mind can conceive and believe,
You can achieve.
it can achieve.
Yeah.
You know,
So
and
true.
like, you know, for Shane and I, and thank you for the nice words about you know, us being an inspiration. This podcast being an inspiration for you guys starting your podcast,
Yeah.
which I would love for you to plug as soon as I'm done
100%,
talking
yeah.
right now. But you know, for us, we would have never thought that we would be. You go back 2 years ago. If you go back 2 years ago, before my son-in-law died from fentanyl, I would never have told you that I even had
No.
that I wanted to do a podcast. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had a different life.
Mm.
You know, for 23 years I've worked in addiction treatment, and I have owned, you know, treatment centers for 22 of those years.
Yeah.
And I would have never in a million years said that I wanted to do a podcast. It's not really something that I would normally do. But when that happened and I came to Shane and I was like, you know, God put it on my heart to be the voice for the people who have lost their lives, and, you know, to start recovering out loud and showing people that, you know, we can walk through whatever we need to walk through together.
Yeah.
Like, we can walk through life together. And to me, that's what recovering out loud is. Like it's fine. I'm all for, you know, the rooms and anonymity and whatever. And some of that stuff is there for a reason. But this stuff, like us being able to not just be, show the highlights of life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but show those tough times,
Yeah, man.
you know, that we have to go through, and how do we get through those,
Yeah.
you know, and we get through those together.
Have to.
Absolutely.
And that's unity, right? And that's why this stuff started,
Yeah.
you know, and your story was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
You know, I can tell you're working a program. You know, I work the same program that you do, and you've got the tools, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God another man gave them to me, because my
Right?
toolbox was empty, Jack.
How
You know what I
about
mean?
that? You know?
And yeah, our stuff started the same way, man. Like, man, I guess really 3 years ago, I'd have said, what is a pod? I don't even know what a podcast
Yeah.
is, right? And then, you know, one thing leads to another, and that's part of the beauty of what this thing looks like. When I get out of the way, right? You know, if a leaf falls on a stream, it doesn't, you know, avoid the boulder. If it needs to hit a boulder, it hits a boulder, and it'll stay there until it's time for it to move on. Me, on the other hand, right? I want to, no, I'm going to steer my own way, and it never works out very well. But when I don't, right, and when I just let things come into my life as they will, I start a podcast. I don't know. And you know, one of the things, I got a friend and mentor, man, and one of the things that he helped me a lot with was self-worth. And when I came into
It's
this,
big.
yeah, it's the
big.
biggest,
It's
man.
huge.
And when I came into this program, right, I had none. I really didn't hold myself to any level of esteem or worthiness, and I felt very below everybody, but also better than everybody at the same time.
I know that. I know that exact
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah. And one of the things we talked about is when I live in that state of lower self-worth, I have this almost like an engine running in my brain that's conditioned by routine. And at some point in the past, when, like for instance, when I drank that drink and I started feeling like I was a part of, I built this synapses, this connection that if I drink, I'll feel a part of. It's a line.
Yeah.
It's just as deep as and thick as this table.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's called a routine engine. So same thing goes. I have to break those routines. I have to come up with a new idea, right? And I can't, because I can't fix my mind with the same mind I used to break it, right? Like it's not possible. So that's why a program worked so good for me. It was undoing all the chaos that I'd created and allowing me to just be free.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Amazing.
It is amazing. I'll tell you what else really hit me before we go on to people. Another 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Just the loneliness. He mentioned that like 4 times, and I've been on this loneliness thing, reading about it, really trying to study what it does to the human being, and it's dangerous. Being lonely is a dangerous thing.
Yes.
You look for food. You look for drink. You look for bad stuff, porn. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of negative things. It brings loneliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be lonely in a crowded restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was
Totally,
gonna say.
bro.
There were so many times that I
Right?
felt lonely when I was struggling, and it was
Yeah.
because I was afraid to raise my hand
There
and
you
say,
go.
you know what, I'm Chad and I'm hurting.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You know, and it wasn't until I raised my hand and you know, for me, I'm a stubborn motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, it took God literally sending his angels
Yeah.
in the form of the Orange County Sheriff's Department to rescue me
I had
from
the same angels.
myself. Yeah, those are some pretty powerful angels.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I said this the other day. I got the opportunity to apologize to the head angel
Yeah, you did.
of the Orange County Sheriff's Department because
Yeah,
we
you
had
did.
Sheriff Don Barnes,
Yeah.
That's cool.
the chief of Orange County Sheriff, on the podcast, and it was just nice to be able to sit down and, you know, sit across from a guy and knowing that he knew that he's sitting across from a convicted felon. And the guy texted me later, like I have his personal cell phone number.
That's
now.
awesome.
He texted me later and said, man, thank you for what you're doing to spread awareness. And that was powerful for
Yeah,
me, man.
that's cool.
Absolutely.
Super powerful.
Super powerful.
Absolutely.
I would love to now open it up to,
Yeah, there we go.
this is my favorite part. I love hearing from you all. You all show up
Who's
every single week, and we appreciate you guys so much to show up, because without you, it would just be me and Shane in this room
that's-
talking
yeah.
to ourselves, and we probably wouldn't have even got Natalie. Oh, guys, before I unmute everybody,
Oh, yeah.
Natalie,
we
she
forgot
is
about her already. Go figure.
she's in Texas right now.
Yeah.
She's doing an event for Rain Energy
Yeah.
Drink. So she wanted to tell you guys that she misses you all and she loves you.
Yeah.
And
Still pretty cool. We didn't miss her at first. We just went on. We didn't miss a beat.
I didn't. I totally forgot to
We
set
didn't
up
even
the
miss a
whole
beat.
little
That's,
thing.
You know
and
what?
everything, but
That's we're independent. That's cool. I
Yeah.
like that shit.
yeah, we're
you know, we're
independent.
independent,
The
man.
Hopeaholics did start without Natalie. If you go
Yeah.
back in the old day,
Yeah,
we
we're
had a
good.
different logo.
I mean, she's good to have.
I
around.
will say that we are way better now.
Like I said, she's
than
good
we
to
were
have
then.
around.
And we actually miss her. So
Yeah.
she wanted me to tell you
That's
guys.
only been a day. I don't miss her that much.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah. I forgot about her already.
Yeah, it's
Rude.
true. It's true. Sorry. God help us.
Yeah. All right.
She won't see this. She's sleeping.
Bex is up.
Bex. Hi, Bex.
Hi. Good. Okay.
Yep.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Bex.
Hi.
I'm an addict. I like slid in through the door and turned on the lights and turned on my Zoom as I was getting home from my 4th meeting because I'm
Wow.
very new. I just shared last week about getting kicked out of my sober house. I tested positive and I hadn't used. Didn't even get high and I got kicked out. But I don't want to get high. That was like a cool thing for me to realize. I was like, okay, first off, my higher power is working in like really mysterious ways, and I'm not even really that pissed about it anymore. I wasn't really mad. It was just like fear, and that's something that was perpetuated in the shares, like in the comments, and it is scary. Like I'm exhausted by the end of the day because I'm so scared. But like I've had my 3A family and they've been helping me for 2 years, but I'm new to the rooms kind of. Like I haven't been in a room for 10 years. And today was my first in-person meeting and I hit 33 days today. So I'm super happy.
Nice, good
And
for you.
Nice.
yeah, thanks guys. I'm like kind of fangirling right now. I attended the meeting last week and didn't listen to the podcast first. Joelle's just been like go go go, and I did. And then all week it's just been, if I'm not in a meeting, I've got the podcast on, and like Hopeaholics is getting me through. It's like I just can't I can't recommend it enough. Between like 3A, like looking forward to this meeting, going to meetings, and then they call me a Zoom baby today. I guess that's a thing when you only go to Zoom meetings. I'm a Zoom baby.
Yeah.
So, or a screen something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I went to a meeting today. So, and this is my fourth one. I'm just doing the thing. And now like today's the first day that I took like an hour and like watched a regular show and like, kind of went on my phone and went on Instagram. Like I'm starting to integrate back into being normal. But if it's like eat, breathe, sleep, recovery at first, it's going to have to be that. So you guys are a big part of that. And I'm hopefully going to find a sponsor. Mika told me that if anyone messes with me, we're gonna beat them with a bag of milk. I'm from Canada, so bags of milk.
Hey, you say
Hey.
she says a, and
Hey.
she also says, instead of saying
Whoa.
bag, she says big. Yeah.
What province you from there, Bex?
Ontario.
Ontario. I used to live in Cambridge. Used to work in Cambridge there. I live from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I just came out here when I was old.
Okay, Shane is a Canadian,
Yeah, I'm
eh?
a Canadian.
Is
Full
that where
blood.
the, is that where the don't
I
you
didn't
know?
know that.
Yeah. I'm from
Sorry.
Canada, Bex.
It's okay. I just
Yeah,
wanted
you're
to
okay here.
Thank you for not mansplaining. I keep someone said pitch your podcast. I don't know if they meant Chris's podcast or your podcast, but like my pitch is like Eva just knows where it's at to like guide the speeches, but you guys don't mansplain. You're two guys who make it very approachable and you don't talk down or like explain things the way it can be kind of aggravating. It's just very smooth, very calming. It's perfect for meditation for me. Anyway, that's all I got. But thanks guys. Happy 24.
Damn, you too.
Thank
Well,
you.
know what I like?
You know
I
what?
like-
I'm starting to change my opinion of Canadians.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
I've
'Cause your
met
dad's
two-
a Canadian.
I've met two Canadians that I really, really like.
Your dad and her?
No, Bex and Amber.
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 Oh, Amber's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
have you watched Amber Balkin's podcast? She's from Canada. She's a NASCAR
She's actually
driver.
right from Winnipeg too.
Yeah, she's
She's
from
a race
Winnipeg.
car driver.
Anyways,
So she goes fast.
Trevor Wiseman.
Trevor Wiseman.
Wiseman?
Wiseman. Wow. It's like the last name Schweitzer. Swiss man. You know, Schweitzer.
I'm
Schwei-
No, we don't.
All right. Anyways.
Quite Shane.
I don't know, Schweitzer. Is he from Canada?
No, no. From Switzerland. That's
What's up,
funny.
boys? Yeah. Well, sorry. Yeah, jumping in. I didn't know I was up. Yeah, just question for you guys. Obviously, anyone on the chat can jump in. It'd be super appreciated. But I have treatment scheduled for Monday.
Nice.
I've called a few different places, and I'm playing a game right now with myself. Like, fuck, do I really need to go? I definitely need to go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, well, what if I just try it again, do it my own way? Yeah, I mean, 30 day. So what scheduled is like a few days detox, 30 days total. They have a 30, 60, 90 days program. I'm like, I'll just do the 30 days. But any like tips, tricks, like I'm going to go, I'll beat this little mind game I'm playing with myself, but any like tips, tricks, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm fucking pissed, to be honest with you, that it's gotten to this point. I'm irritated. It's for alcohol.
Yeah.
But I'm just irritated, and I'm like, I'm playing this game in my head where it's like, man, like, is it that bad? It's definitely that bad. So I'll win that battle. But mainly what I'm looking for is any tips, tricks. I don't know, like how to get through it. I'm kind of tripping about it, but yeah, tips and tricks. What I'm
Tips
looking
and
for.
tricks.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah,
I mean,
baby.
just go, man. Go, stay as
Listen.
long as you
Yeah,
can.
listen.
Dive in, head first.
Yeah.
Dive in. Hit
Yeah.
meetings. After that, get a sponsor.
Yeah.
Those are my suggestions.
Don't be the cool kid at the end of the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, be in the middle, bro. Be in the middle.
Yeah.
And be like third or fourth into the meeting. Be third or fourth to dinner. Just be always third or fourth.
Stay in the center of the herd is what they say, man. Stay
safe,
surrounded
bro.
with
Stay safe.
with the people. Watch out for the girls in treatment because
they're only after one thing.
Yep, your money. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm playing. I'm playing. Your sobriety is
Yeah,
what
your
they're
sobriety is
after.
what
Your
they're after.
sanity. So
She devils.
yeah.
It's a real thing. Watch out for the chicks in treatment.
Well,
Bro.
I mean, anything that distracts you, dude.
Yeah.
It's not their fault that we get distracted.
I was
by
so
them.
distracted. I'm married.
It did happen to Shane.
did happen
and
to me.
I have a rehab baby.
I married mine 17 years now, bro. So I don't know. It worked out for
It
me.
works.
I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying it's a distraction. Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
go for
I've
sure.
always been. If I'm going, I'm all in. I'm not like half-assing it at all.
Yeah.
But I'm just like playing this game, and I mean, obviously, I'm so sorry, Chad and Shane.
Yep.
Yes. And Chris.
Shane, yeah, and Chris, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Your 25 minutes, whatever it was fantastic. That was awesome. Just thank you for sharing your story. That was great. And Shane, also, thank you. I messaged you, I don't know, 6 months ago on Instagram, and you responded back with your number. I'm like, man, this is real. These guys are
Okay,
awesome.
nice. Yeah.
And Chad, with you said you ran a few centers.
Yeah.
What separates? Like, I'm not going in this to come out not successful. Like, what have you seen? I know you said a couple things, but if you could dive a bit deeper, what have you seen with the people that really take it on and are serious and are successful?
Yeah.
Like, what are some of those traits you saw with people at your facilities, if you don't mind sharing?
I mean, what I see is that the people that are really serious, they dive in. They don't worry about leaving too soon. You're ready when you're ready to leave treatment. When you're scared to leave treatment.
Yeah.
A lot of people they want to leave treatment and they're real confident that they're going to do well, and those are the ones that I worry about the most, man. Just give yourself a break. 30, 60, 90 days. I was in
Same.
I was in treatment for a year.
Same.
It was different levels of care, and yes, as I got to certain levels of care, I was able to, get a job. But I was also newly married when this happened to me the last time. And, it's like, do I want to do this right and do it one time and my family, have me back for the rest of their lives, no matter how long it took to get it right? And that's what I did. And that's what I find actually works here as well. Staying, like somebody said, I did 105 days at Hope by the Sea.
Nice.
And how many days do you have sober now, Jennifer? It's like you're in the thousands, I recall. So, just 1443.
Wow.
So,
creeping up
give
on
it
5
time
years.
and just work hard while you're here and dive in, and then dive into the program, man. There's nothing better to me than the 12-step community. There's a lot of love and healing.
And that faith, that 3-letter word, that's very important as well.
God.
Yeah, man.
Finding a God that you can do business with.
Yeah, bro, that's a big deal. It's a huge deal right there.
Chuck will probably maybe raise his hand he's got his hand raised already.
Of course he does.
Trust God, clean house, help others, man. That's how we do it. Trust God, clean house, help others.
Yeah, that's it.
Love it.
Trevor, thank you,
Well,
brother.
I appreciate you guys.
And
Yeah.
hey, bro, when you get your phone back after detox or whatever, you make sure you get your home. You plug us into a meeting with your roommates, and let's get going.
Hell yeah. Got you guys. Yeah.
All right, brother.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy. Good luck to you, man. You could do it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks. Hi, Mika.
Hi, everyone. I'm gonna try to go back to the share, Chris's share. The most important thing that I've been hearing in the last few days from the meetings that I'm in from people who are like really struggling is not really struggling or still questioning the process. Like this time around, what I heard Chris say and what I know for myself was true. There was something missing in my toolkit the last few times, right? Like this time I ran to God. Like this time I was like, I'm here, like higher being, higher spiritual, anything. I didn't know who I was talking to at first. I'll be honest, because I was spiritually fucking void. Like, so when I was in detox, though, I knew that that's exactly who I needed. Whoever was listening, that was not my own self. That's who I needed, and I like gave into that. And I can't tell you that. I can tell you that everything after that has been because of my higher power, right? Like me working, doing what I need to do, and with guidance from my higher power. That was something that I like was missing 100% and like could not be doing anything without because I was dead. Anyone who's died and you're still alive now, that's God. Like for me, it's black and white. It's real simple and it's real hard at the same time. It's life or death. So I love everybody. I want everyone to stay fucking strong because you are strong and we are all here together. We are stronger together. We know that. I wanted to read one thing that also Chris mentioned about like just letting people know wherever you're at in your recovery is where you're supposed to be at. Take your step a little back if you need to take a minute, like regroup, make sure you're good. The Phoenix, it's this organization. I think they even have an app now. Nick Strode is the founder. I don't want to butcher that, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. Nick Strode. He said, I was in this conference I've learned so much in the last week because I was in a conference for 7 days, Beyond Addiction, Recovery 2.0 with Tommy Rosen. There were so many renowned speakers, doctors, like psychologists, rabbis, pastors, yogis, speaking in great depth about what we're all going through and which is life. Let's be real, it's life. And we're all healing from something and that it's a very human thing. We're all trying to get back to that essence of who we lost or who we were, right? Like before addiction. Our true selves. So whatever you're doing, this is what he said. Whatever you're doing for your recovery that is lifting you up and helping you heal, I think that you should keep doing that. That's it.
Thank you. Wow. That was nice. That was right to the point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what what he said, what she wrote down.
If what's
Perfect.
working for you doing, keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
I agree, and I'll tell you what that reminds me of. My sponsor said, you're a little bit of a dick sometimes. He says, but
you are?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. No, it's true.
No.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. He said, as long as you're willing to pay the consequences, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. For sure. My sponsor said the same thing. He's like, you can do whatever you want if you're willing to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
good.
Thanks,
bro. Appreciate it.
I always like to have to learn the hard way.
Fuck, are you kidding me?
No fun.
Is there
80
another
pounds,
way?
80
Huh?
fucking
Is there
pounds,
another way?
80 pounds later.
Wait a second.
Right?
Y'all found another way besides
No.
the hard way? Cause
Yeah,
I need to get with y'all.
I have found another way.
Fuck.
Who's up? Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Jennifer's iPhone?
Is she going to turn her camera on?
Nope.
Okay.
But we're ready for
Oh,
it.
you were damn ready. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer.
I don't know what happens. Like Emily puts.
Hey, I'm
Whoa,
here.
whoa,
Scared me.
whoa, whoa. Holy smokes. She scared the fuck out
Sorry
of me.
about that.
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
technologically challenged,
No,
apparently.
no.
But,
We are challenged.
First and foremost, I would like to thank Chris for his share. I found a lot of similarities between what you said and what I have lived as well. So thank you for that. I did post in the chat that I did receive my 4-year chip.
Nice.
And I received it early. My sister gave it to me, and I think she gave it to me because She has given me all 4 years, and she provides it to me a little bit early just to motivate me to stay on track. And I think that's awesome. And yes, I do stay on track. I did 105 days at Hope by the Sea, and I can't thank Chad and his family enough for assisting me in regaining my life. And I will never forget you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for the nice plug for Hope by the Sea.
Wow.
It means a lot. No, I mean it really does, man.
It's
Hope by the
huge,
Sea has
man.
been like my dad and I started Hope by the Sea 22 years ago. It'll be 23 years in October,
That's cool.
and it's just been an incredible journey,
A
man.
lot of people.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of people.
Zamza.
I mean, to be honest with you, I was going to say let's skip Chuck, but Joel is next. So, I mean, either way, I'm fucked.
Thanks, Shane. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Hey, Chuck.
Chuck's like your biggest advocate.
I'm
Shane.
joking. Come on, man. He knows how much we love him.
I know you do.
If I don't tease him,
love
he wouldn't know I
Canadians
love
too.
him.
Yeah, I know. I love Letterkenny and all that, so
Yeah,
I
there we
watch all
go.
that all the time. So I
There
love
we
the
go.
Canadian humor. My name's Chuck. I'm an alcoholic. I'm grateful I woke up today instead of coming to. It's a beautiful day out here in LaSalle County, Illinois. I'll be honest with you guys. Cops still kind of get me nervous. Still, there was a cop where I pulled over at to listen. He was sitting across the parking lot, and they still make me kind of nervous sometimes. Being in recovery for almost 16 years, for some reason they still raise a red flag to me. I don't know why, but I heard in the and Chris was a great share. I heard when he said about the 12 steps. He got through all the 12 steps, and then what am I going to be doing during the day? Am I doing a good step 3? Am I doing that? And I kept thinking of step 10, doing the daily inventory, and I do this. I do my daily inventory throughout the day, or a spot inventory, but I know after a while being in recovery, a lot of things start becoming intuitive. A lot of the steps started becoming intuitive, and things started just rolling like a full tire, not a flat tire, if anybody understands. And life is good, but I kept thinking of the word halt: hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. If I'm either one of those, that usually affects my attitude sometimes. And I got to take a step back. Have I ate today? Have I been around people today? Did I get enough sleep today? I got to look at all those things and then, keep myself in check. And, I've been reaching out a lot to other people. Reached out to Joel the other day. I text him, and I got to do that once in a while. I got to get out of myself and talk with other people. Because sometimes I'll get lonely and I'll just isolate myself somewhere. And I too could be in a room full of people and still be the loneliest guy sometimes, and I got to be careful of that. And life isn't too bad. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you. He reminded me of something. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to work on something new because of his share just now
Nice.
for my speech at the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it, bro. Sorry to
You
write.
gave him some ammunition.
Ammunition. Sorry for grinding you, Chuck. Thank you. You came through for me today.
Joel, how's your day, buddy?
Oh fuck, man! I just made it back to Florida. What?
Oh, you
Thought
did?
I was gonna have to walk from
I'm
North
sorry.
Carolina.
I need to interrupt
but
because
here we are.
I love this guy. He never puts on the timer for himself. Ever.
No, I'm not running the timer tonight.
Oh, you're not? Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Then I apologize. Again, you won. Okay, that's 2 losses
No, I
for
had
me.
to. I had to ask for a sub because I didn't know my flight was supposed to land at 4:30. I didn't get on a plane until 7:05.
Wow.
But I'm here. I fucking rushed out of the airport. Actually, I was still on the plane and I joined the meeting. That's how
Nice.
important y'all are to me.
Nice.
Nice.
By the way, everyone, my name is Joel, and I'm a grateful alcoholic and drug addict. I think it was Trevor. There are no such things as tricks for treatment. No such thing. If you're playing tricks, if you're doing tricks, you're gonna go back out, brother. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Tips: fully immerse your fucking self.
Nice.
Stay as long as you possibly can. If your insurance will pay for 120 days or 6 months or 2 fucking years,
Right.
do it.
Right.
Absolutely do it. I hated the first 30 days of detox. I hated the first week and a half of treatment. I just got back from New York. I got to meet Mika. I got to meet Laura.
Really?
And I got to meet another gentleman who doesn't join this meeting, but I actually got to take my first sober experience to New York. Actually,
Wow.
I've never been to New York, so I wouldn't have been fucked up either because I'd never been. But yeah, dude, stay in the treatment. Do it all, man. Fucking stay as long as you can. Try to find a sponsor early. Listen for a sponsor. Don't look for a sponsor. Listen for a sponsor. Listen
Wow.
to these people's shares. If somebody drops some fucking knowledge, walk up to that man and go, "Would you please sponsor me?" And it's scary. It's like asking a girl out, but you know what? You never know until you ask. All they can do is say no. But I did relate to your story a little bit, Chris. I was not popular when I was a kid. I looked like fucking Screech from Saved by the Bell. People made fun of me. And I found my first drink and I was like, wow, people like me now because I'm a funny motherfucker, but I'm even funnier on alcohol, right? Or so I thought. I'm actually funny without it. It's kind of crazy how that shit works. But um, I let alcohol and drugs become my personality. I was now popular. People liked me. People wanted to hang out with me. And I let that take over my life. And I was only doing what I know or knew at the time. I knew that it made me feel good most of the time. I knew that it made me popular. And I knew that I could get away from myself because I hated myself because I didn't know who the fuck I was. I had no clue who this guy was. And I'm slowly finding him. You know, it's crazy. I spent so many days dying. I got a ton of shit to make up for. Like now I'm trying to live every day to live. Like I'm like, damn, I was an alcoholic for 25 years. That's a lot of fucking experiences. But I'm living it now, you know? And my flight was delayed. And I'm like, man, I want to get home. I want to take a nap. I want to be able to get showered before the Hopeaholics. I got this fucking timer thing, and I'm going to go over for a few minutes, y'all. But I got this timer obligation, not obligation, service work that I enjoy doing. And I was like, man, I'm going to get home. I get there, they're like, flight's delayed. We don't know why, but it's delayed. And then it was the next delay, and then next delay. And then they're like, we're possibly going to cancel your flight. You can go down to the American Airlines Center, though, and you can rebook your ticket. Did anybody want to fly into Fort Lauderdale? Anybody want to fly into Miami? Thank God I actually drove myself to the airport this first time, and I drove to West Palm Beach. So my vehicle's in West Palm Beach. I don't know if you know anything about Florida. That's like an hour and a half away from fucking Miami. So sure, I could fly into Miami, but how am I going to get back to West Palm Beach to my vehicle? Long story short, I didn't rebook my ticket. I sat there patiently with the idea that I was probably going to stay the night, whether it was in the airport or I was going to have to foot the bill for a hotel. You know what this motherfucker on the screen did? He stayed calm. He stayed cool. He stayed patient. He stayed talking to his friends, his family, his people, his recovery people. I got a next flight. I flew home. There was 40 or 50 of us on the plane. Fucking rode it myself, offboarding or, unloading. I stood up and walked right out of the plane. It was the most amazing experience. You know, the crazy thing while I sat in the airport is I approached 2 years of sobriety because I've done the work, because I've immersed myself fully in this program. I didn't even think about a fucking drink while I was there. I nearly got smacked in the face with a big ass cup of beer because I turned around. There's a dude holding it about face level. And I was like, the only thing I could think is, fuck, I'm going home to my sober living and I don't want to reek like beer. But even if I reeked like beer, guess what I could have done? I could have breathalyzed and I could have drug tested, and I'd have been clean as a fucking whistle. That's sobriety to me today. I get to spend time with people that love me, genuinely love me, and care about me. Laura hosted me for 4 days. I flew to Connecticut. She picked me up. We went to New York. She toured me around New York. First time I've ever been there. I got to see all the things I've ever wanted to see, all the shit you see on TV. We passed 30 or so liquor stores, and she asked me about it at the end of the trip. She's like, "Did you notice any of those liquor stores?" I was a little concerned. I said, "What liquor stores? I didn't see a fucking thing." I am living free. You know, and I always say sobriety. I'm going to start changing my verbiage. I'm in recovery. Sobriety gave me the gift of recovery, and I'm going to live that shit every day. Chuck Zamzow, I do apologize that I didn't get back to you, because normally I blow you up. I fucking tear your ear apart on a phone. But I was in New York, so I do apologize that I hope I didn't feel like I pushed it to the side. Anyways, enough about me. There's some great people behind me that want to share some experience, strength, and hope, and I'm eager to listen in. Thanks, y'all. Love you.
Great share, Joel.
He reminded me of something too.
What?
It's amazing what's going on tonight.
What's going on?
He's
tonight?
in New York. Guess we're going to be in a month or two doing.
Oh yeah, we'll be in New York. When? It's in August, like August 27th.
Yeah, we're going to be there. We're the fentanyl awareness.
Fentanyl awareness.
We're going to be prepping right from Times Square.
Yep, Times
all
Square.
roped off.
Yep.
We're going to be doing a podcast
with Mike Fiore.
Yes, with the bigwigs too, CIA, FBI,
the
government
FBI.
officials. Yeah, so if you guys are in the area, come on.
I think last year it was zoomed to like 40 million viewers.
It was zoomed, yeah. So we'll meet you guys in person. And if you give us a heads up, who knows, we might even make it. We might, you know what? We might even have fucking dinner with everybody.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be
Whoever's
dope.
saying, you guys should everybody should be coming to New York.
Yeah, if you guys come to New York, we
anybody
go for
that
dinner.
can come, we'll give you the exact dates.
Yeah,
soon.
we'll give you the exact dates. Well, for New York, we'll go for hamburgers or something.
Hamburgers in New York. Well, that's way better food than hamburgers in New York.
Hot dog? What New York hot dog? Spaghetti.
Pizza.
Okay, we'll go famous pizza spot. All right, let's do it. Who's this lady? Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. She's new. Kimberly's iPhone is new, or she's new. So one of them is new.
Kimberly's not new.
Kimberly's got a little fucking attitude also.
No pineapple on pizza, correct. Hey, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you for that lead, Chris. All those things that like we don't want to forget. That was part of our lives.
Yeah.
But it's that reflection and not living in and glorifying those moments. That's where I've learned to keep myself separated from living in the past and reflecting on the past and finding my twisted fucking gifts. Because that's the shit that keeps me sober today. Is knowing that I survived shit. Today I can look at that shit and think about it. I can sit in it and reflect on it and find a solution of how am I going to do my life different now. And that has everything to do with being committed to my program. I did not get sober to get strapped in this fucking chair in the room. Hell no. I'm out there doing shit.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
I'm out there surfing, which I can't stand up on the board yet. And I get out there, I belly the board in, but I don't care. I'm still out there in the waves. And Camp Soberfest, it's coming August 22nd.
Yeah.
That I do. And by the way, boys, I will be visiting your microphone on August.
Nice. You know what? I could tell by her. Yeah.
Are you doing the Tuesday night meeting, or are you scheduled for the full podcast?
No, in
I'm
August.
scheduled to lead the Tuesday night meeting.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like her. She's the kind of lady that I always needed in my life. You know, she's tough, she's feisty, and I know she doesn't take any shit.
Oh, hell no.
Dude, I got 5 brothers. I don't take shit from nobody.
Oh, that's exactly what Shane needs. And that's why Natalie works so well with us, because you guys know Natalie has 4 badass brothers.
Yeah.
And she doesn't take any of Shane's shit.
None of it.
None.
One of my brothers has an accelerated level of sport. One of them is a retired Golden Gloves boxing champion.
Wow.
and he's got 27 years of sobriety. So I've got some, and I'm an inspiration to him. And I'm coming up on 4 years, and I think that's pretty fucking rad.
Good for you.
It's all about attraction, not promotion.
Good
It's
for
just
you.
living my life and somebody wanting to get what I got.
Good for you.
Ooh, exactly.
Wow.
Beautifully
And I got
said.
around me that have what I want, and that's where I stay.
Nice.
So that's enough out of Kimberly.
Nice, Kimberly. Thank you.
Great
man.
share.
Yeah, great share.
Love your energy.
Yeah. God.
Show
damn.
up, Trevor. Do the deal.
Yeah, Trevor. Be a fucking bitch. Casey, I was just teasing. That's me joking. I didn't mean that. I just meant go to treatment, do it properly.
Oh, did Emily give you shit? Good.
Yeah, she gave me shit. Emily
Wish
looked at me when I
Natalie
said
was
that.
here.
Natalie
Yeah.
would have said something.
Stop
but I'm
saying
just-
the B word.
I'm just it's oh damn it. Oh, don't mute me, please.
Ashley, is Ashley's?
I'll be better. Hi, Ashley. I'm going to talk in this voice now.
What happened to Casey?
What happened? Casey,
Oh,
you want to
Casey,
talk?
unmute Casey.
I unmute Casey. There we go.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
brother.
Yeah, I just was it 106 days sober today.
Nice.
Life is kind of crazy. Got diagnosed with brain cancer back in December.
Fuck.
Turned to alcohol to numb the shit with that, and just got worse. And then doing chemo and radiation. Now it's like, well, I have to stop. So I decided at the end of January, like, I'm done for good. This is it. Like, I have more to live for. Kind of like Chris was saying, it was like numb the pain because you don't want to live. But then something like that comes up and you're like, fuck. Like, no, there's more to it than just numbing those feelings, being there for your family, being there for the kids. And just now I'm like, now I've got this fight with cancer I got to deal with. So now I'm not going to let alcohol take me out. I'm not going to let this take me out. But this is like the first time I've, I guess, decided to join some sort of like recovery meeting or anything, just on my path to get sober and be there for my family. So that was it.
Oof.
Thanks a lot, man. And you're going to be in our prayers every day, my friend.
Every day. Emily, could you do me a favor? Put my phone number on the screen for this gentleman, because I'd like him to call me anytime he feels down or upset or sad. Or my phone number, 949-283.
Oh, your real phone number.
8394.
Everybody, this is his real phone number. So it's going to everybody. So
That's
everybody text him
Don't abuse-
immediately when you get it.
Please don't abuse.
Everybody text
Please
now.
don't- please-
Right
please-
now.
Please don't fucking abuse me. But hey, bro, I understand your pain, and please call me anytime you want. I don't care what time it is. I barely fucking sleep anyways.
You were telling me you slept 10 hours a night.
Well, I lied to you.
Okay.
Hi, Ashley.
I don't know if people
What's
like
up,
I
y'all?
don't,
You guys are, ooh, man, I love it.
I don't know if
Um,
people like take us serious or like, I mean, we fuck around a lot.
It's 50-50 sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
But what's up, family? My name's Ashley. I'm a
Hi,
grateful
Ashley.
recovering human being.
Nice.
Former shit show. And I'm very grateful for the life I get today because and it's not funny haha, but like funny ironic that he mentioned, it's bigger. It's about being there for the kids. It's about being there for the family. Today my life is about showing up. Today my life is about changing and becoming a better version of myself. And I've had the last year of fighting CPS and everything else, and it taking that jar to switch my mindset and get me serious about my recovery and my sobriety. And by the grace of God, I will have a year
Nice.
next Tuesday.
Wow.
And I was fortunate enough that I have someone that is very close to me that I love to death that sent me an early 1-year present. And I got the most beautiful 1-year chip I've ever seen. It's got all my favorite colors on it, and it's a woman, and it says recovery strength, and it has the 1 year, and it says I'm proudly addicted to my sobriety.
Wow.
And I got a lasting flower that's going to last 3 to 4 years, and it's one of my favorite flowers. And another gift that I get for my 1 year is that I go to court to bring my son home on my 1 year.
Nice.
And
Wow.
my lawyer is like, he's coming home. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, long as you pass the home check. And I've spent today putting together bunk beds and dressers and getting shit organized. And I'm able to be a productive human being today and not have to worry about shit. Can I do this? Do I have to have a drink so I can function? I got to pack. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to freak out in that aspect. I don't have to use to get through any of this. I can just look at it and go, you know what? It's life on life's terms. And I'm able to get through this today. I'm able to can do it because I can come to meetings. I can vent my stuff out. I can hear other people and I can know that, you know what? Yeah, I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing everything I need to. And it's backed up by what's happening in my life. You know, as long as you stay consistent, good things start to come. And I know that, you know, when I first got clean this time, I expected shit to change immediately. And it happened like that, you know, the last times I got clean. And I didn't realize until this time that it's a process. There is no perfection. It's all progress. You know what I mean? If we could be perfect, we'd never get clean. We'd never have been addicts in the first place. We'd never have any of that to go through. And I'm grateful that I get to be the person I am now because I get to show my son that you can go through hard times and you can come out on the other side. You know, and I just got to spend a week with my mom, who's an alcoholic, and she didn't drink once this week. And it was one of the best visits her and I have ever had. We didn't argue, we didn't fight, we did nothing. And it was just absolutely amazing. And I feel completely and truly blessed. And I'm going to shut up before I start rambling. I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you. Great share.
Thank you. Great share. Great share. I love that. Like we get to show our children that we can get through tough times, that we can get through anything.
Anything.
You know?
Yeah, bro. It's wild because she's waited a year. She's one proud person right now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Getting your kids back on your 1 year thing. I mean,
you just can never, ever, ever give up hope.
Never.
You know, and that's honest to God why we call ourselves the Hopeaholics, because we want to remind people every day to never, ever give up on hope. Because I know as you guys know, and, you know, and have felt, all of us have felt hopeless and helpless before, you know, and we're not.
Yeah, it's
Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone?
Or Eli. We don't know. Ellie? Okay, stop. I'm just playing.
He's getting yelled at by our producer. So sorry, you guys can't hear her, but she's yelling at Shane.
Shut up, Shane. Shut up.
All right, go ahead, Ellie. We're gonna be quiet.
That's fine. That's fine. First time in the meeting. I was referred here. I've been to a few other meetings with a few of these guys on here, and it's just nice to hear people's stories. And I'm big on accountability, so haven't got much to say, but just wanted to say hello. And I can see some familiar faces. It's really nice to see people smiling. I'm so grateful for every one of you, honestly, because when you guys aren't talking, I'm here on my own, and you know, the voices in your head and you're going crazy, and then you turn to detrimental things. But when I come to these meetings, you guys, like, you save me and you keep me sane, and you give me like a bit of peace of mind, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. So I'm grateful for everything you're doing, and I'm so grateful. I'm just grateful for everything. Grateful to be here. Grateful for all of you. And yeah, hi and bye.
Hi and bye. How about that accent, though, man? Does anybody else like that accent?
Oh yeah.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I like mine better.
Yours is boring.
Oh, stop it.
Where are you? Where is your accent from?
I'm from London.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right,
you're just more used to mine. That's all. If I was fresh, you'd say the same thing. Come on, man. If I had a new accent, you'd say, "Hey, buddy." You sound great.
I grew up with a Canadian accent.
All right, fair enough.
A.
Hey, who's
A.
next? It's Mitch.
It's Mitch.
7121, baby. 7121. Wow, he's almost coming up. Because what is it, 6:15 right now?
No. It's 5
Yo, yes.
5:14.
Still
But
coming up.
2 months.
All right, month and 15 days.
Yeah, I'm coming up on that big 3 years, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
Nice.
excited, yes. Thanks for noticing, right? That's why I got to put it on there, right?
Yeah, man.
Yes. I've always wanted to be in London. Yes, love the accent, Ellie. Amazing, right? Yeah, you still got a good one, right? I know you do. You got a good accent. Gotta tell them, hey, governor. They got some chips and crumpets, no?
He's been watching English
Oh
television.
man, I'm not good, right? Yeah. Yeah, but definitely, it still hasn't been easy, the 3 year mark. But you know, you just got to keep it going, keep joining the meetings, and yeah. I remember I still got my chip for 1 year. So Ashley, you got this one more week. Praise God for that, and all the rest that shared and that are coming up soon. Big days. And I forget what your name was that shared
Chris.
your testimony today.
Chris.
Chris?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was amazing. Wow. Yeah.
Thank you.
You got into everything and you've overcome now. Wow. That's awesome. So always much love and big blessings to you. Keep it going, right? And yeah, I'm always gonna see what is next to happen, right? So just got to keep giving it to God and keep going, right? So
Yeah, baby.
yeah, I was grateful to be here, and I always love you guys so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you as well. Also want to I like giving a special shout out to the 3A family.
Yeah.
You know, you guys been
Yes.
showing up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Showing up, inviting people. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We are stoked. You know, and when you show up to this meeting, you're part of the Hopeaholics family and part of the Recover Out Loud movement. And
Hell yeah.
that means everything to us.
It's fucking awesome.
So guys, if you
Hang on
don't
a second, we got someone else.
Oh, we do?
We do. One more person.
Oh, okay,
Last
perfect.
minute.
All right, I'll shut up.
Ava.
Ava Guerrero. Gavro.
Nice.
Go, bro. It's
See,
French.
I was close.
Hi, my name's
I am
Ava.
part French.
I'm a recovering alcoholic / drug addict. I am from the 3A family. I've been going to their meetings for over a year. My sober date is January 15th of 2023, and this is my second time here in this meeting. I really like them, and I thought I should just get on and introduce myself. So that is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Damn.
We love it. So, you guys, if you aren't attending this meeting you won't be attending it on any other day but Tuesday, please go check out the 3A on every other day of the week except for one. I don't remember. But the flyer is in the chat, so check them out.
Yeah. Please attend.
And again, I think that's about it. Time to wrap it up, huh?
Sure. I don't feel like going yet.
I don't either. Like I could stay another half hour.
At least another half an hour, but no one's fucking hand is up. It's like they're forcing us to say goodbye.
Right. I guess Emily's telling us to cut it. All right.
Going, oh, there's Ellie. She wants to talk.
Oh, she's back.
We can't say no to her. She's from London.
All right. Here you go. You're up.
Oh.
We were about to leave.
Blind it if you want to stay. Come on. Let's have a chat. Why leave? No need to leave.
Yeah.
Keep each other company.
Yes.
You know, talk about the good stuff. Tell us some good stuff.
Well, we got nothing.
What?
Truth is,
Truth
is, we got nothing. I got 3 kids at home and a wife waiting. I'm waiting for dinner. You know,
Oh, well, then you have to go. You haven't got no.
We have no choice. We gotta go for dinner.
Oh, we'll go then.
Yeah. But yeah.
You're such a nerd.
Well, I'm
James.
just being
He
nerdy.
is really a nerd, huh?
I'm sorry.
Again, you guys, thank you all so much for showing up for us. you know, it means everything to us. This is where, you know, we really get our recovery out.
It's true, because I'll tell you something. At 3 o'clock, I was thinking, fuck, I need a nap. And then right now, I'm like, boom, wide awake.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
So whoever doesn't have their camera on, can we go ahead and turn the camera on? 'Cause
Yeah.
we're about to close this bitch up.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, do you mind if I just say
Yeah.
thank you guys so much once again for inviting me down. I love what you guys are doing, just like everybody said, man. And it's no doubt, like I told you before, you guys inspired us to do what we're doing, man.
Nice.
And we're so grateful to be a part of the community.
Appreciate it,
We're
brother.
laughing out loud with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we need to get you on our full podcast, and
Yeah.
we'll come do yours.
Yeah, that'll
Love
be
to.
nice.
Love to.
So you heard it, guys.
Yeah.
Look at
That's locked
everybody's
in.
got their cameras on.
No, oh, look
Fuck
at that.
yeah.
That is awesome.
This is awesome. Everybody put your hands up in the air.
Everybody knows
Hands
we're
up
good
in
at
the air.
dance,
Here we
baby.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. God,
God.
grant me
Grant
the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen. We love
All
you
right,
all.
guys.
Bye,
we'll see you guys.
Next
Reach
Tuesday.
out if you need us
Thank you.
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah. You got the number. Bye.
Bye.
That was awesome, guys.